Remakes and remasters are becoming a real problem. If you've seen the latest games that have came out outside of Silent Hill 2, I think that remake it has been done fairly well. Not too bad, unlike the HD collection that came out on PS3. Let's not go there. But for the most part, a lot of these, that are coming out, they're not living up to the standard where it needs to be, whether it be pricing or whether it be, just the game in general, just not looking or respecting the original game itself. So we're going to talk about that and give my thoughts and opinions on those. And I'm going to give you some examples of remakes and remasters. So if this is your first time here, if you decided to click on this video based on your recommendations, I really appreciate it. Take the time to hang out and see what I do over here. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year. And it'll be all thanks to you guys. All right, first and foremost, these games right here are becoming a real problem. Let me see if I find the other one. Well, anyway, this one right here. This game, Horizon Zero Dawn, came out. I think it's like, $10 upgrade if you have the PlayStation 4 version. If you want to get that game, cool. Sounds great. Don't understand why they remastered this game or remade or this game. This game came out in 2017, 6 years ago, but they decided to do that. Also, where's the other game? Oh, here it is, right here. This game, Until Dawn. Why did this game need a remake? I don't know. This is another game. It came out, 2016 or something like that? I can't remember when it came out. But yeah, this is a great game on its own. And you should buy this game. It's dirt cheap right now if you don't have it already. And don't pay the $70 for the remake. Because it's missing the original music. They have problems with ray tracing and all this other stuff. Don't waste your time. This game is much better. Now, let's talk about the difference between a remake and a remaster. Classic example I always give out is, remember the original Resident Evil, the original one for the PlayStation 1? This is a remake. This is a remake of that game. This is one of the classic, examples. If you don't, or you try to get with someone and they don't know what a remake and a remaster is, this is a remake of the original Resident Evil that's on PlayStation 1. Remaster, which I'll talk about this here. Okay, this is an excellent this is an excellent one right here. Devil May Cry 5th year anniversary. All these on PlayStation 2. This HD collection is a remaster version of this. They kept the same assets from the PS2 and used them in this. So that is the difference between a remaster and a remake. They did not use the PS1 assets for this one, but for this, they use the PlayStation 2 assets for this. So that is how the remake remaster whole situation is. So just want to give you a quick refresher of what the two differences are. Honestly, I think Sony just needs to stop doing this. Stop doing this because they're rushing these games. They're not giving them the proper etiquette, and they're kind of tarnishing the name of some of these games. Horizon Zero Dawn was a fantastic game, and it still is. And they upscaled some things, or they high res some things, they changed some things, and they want you to pay full price for this game. I think it's full price. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know they upped the price for this game so you don't get that loophole to where, yeah, I could buy this and just buy the $10 upgrade because this game right here is it's dirt cheap right now. So they tried to get around with that. Now, Until Dawn, like I said, this is a $70 game if you want the remake. There's no reason to do that. Don't buy that game. There's a lot of problems in it, ray tracing issues, and the PlayStation 4 game is just a little bit better. I think Sony just need to stop with the remakes and the remasters. They were cool back in the PS3 days. I mean, you had so many games that were out there that was absolutely awesome. I mean, I remember even this right here, the Devil May Cry game is a part of an HD series where there was a lot of games that was from the PlayStation 2 era came out for the PlayStation 3 with HD upres or remasters done very well for them. I have a whole bunch of them over there. I don't want to bring them over here, but like I said, you had Ratchet and Clank, you had Sly Cooper, you had God of War, you had the Prince of Persia, you had did I say Ratchet and Clank? Tomb Raider. You had a lot of HD collections. Splinter Cell, they were really good, but now when you look at it in the PlayStation 5 era, I don't think they've done a really good job with too many of them. And it's just, and it's that's not with the PlayStation brand. Some of the stuff on the Xbox side is just it just have not panned out in my opinion. I just I can't think. The Gears of War, I think the Gears of War Ultimate Collection turned out to be really good. And I mean that was like one of the ones I could remember. But Xbox, they're so sparsed out with some of their games. I can't really. Well, I will say this. I take that back. And even though it started off rough, it ended up being pretty good. The Master Chief Collection turned out to be pretty good over time, but in the beginning, it was right there in the same ballpark with these other games. Right now, Until Dawn is about to be in a situation where it is tinkering on the level of Concord back here with the player base on PC. People are not playing this game. I think it has like only it peaked at 2,000 people that have played it, and I think that what it was. I think Concord was worse. But even with the beta, Concord was around that time. But when the game was released, you know how that goes. I think Sony, I don't think Sony need to do this anymore. I think they've done good with the Uncharted series, but as of late, last couple of games, they kind of dropped the ball on it. I don't know if they're doing any other remakes down the road. I hope not. And to be quite honest, I really don't care. I think the last remake or the remaster that I played was the Tony Hawk 1 and 2. And that was actually pretty good. And I got that because my son wanted it. And he actually loves it, and he's just like skating in general. So I was playing it. I was like, hey, this plays pretty good. I like this, but outside of that, I think they need to just slow down with it. Nintendo's going to do what they do. Speaking of Nintendo, here's their version of a remaster. You see this Kirby Dream Land, Return to Dreamland, then they have Return to Dreamland Deluxe. This is their version of a remaster, and they've been doing that for a while now with a few of their games, moving some games from the Wii to the Switch, Wii U to the Switch. And I don't know if you say Wii U to the Switch is a remaster because of, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're almost like the same. It's not much difference when it comes to graphical fidelity. But at the end of the day, I just feel that, they need to find a way to just not necessarily touch this stuff. I mean, I think they really did good around this era when you had, like I said, this remaster of a PS2 game, both of them, Eco, Shadow of Colossus, they did very well with this. And but they had the remake of this, which is not bad either. But once again, this is another remaster using PS2 assets, remake, totally doing the whole game over again. And I just think at the end of the day, Sony is just, they're not doing themselves any favors. I don't know how well Horizon Zero Dawn is going to sell, but from the way it looks like it may do pretty good. But if they're looking for the PC audience, they may be treading on thin ice, because the Until Dawn is not looking really good. All these other games, they have all these issues, all these other issues coming out, and it's just not panning out at the end of the day. If I was you, the consumer, what I would do, I would always just go back, especially for the PS4 games that are being remastered. I'll just go with the PS4 games or the Xbox One games and play those. Even with the Halo Master Chief Collection, even though that turned out to be very well, you really can't go wrong playing those games on the Halo 1 and 2 on the original Xbox, or playing 3 and 4 on 360. You really can't. I mean, if you have the means to play it on that, you can't go wrong. But the Master Chief Collection over time has turned out to be pretty good. And before I get out of here, I will say this. This is another game that done remasters very well, and I think they kind of dropped the ball on the PS5. I think The Last of Us Remastered has done very well for itself. I think the PS4 version is an excellent version to play. And if you played the PS3 version, which, pretty much everyone has, if you get this one, I think you're good to go. The PlayStation 5 version, I mean, I don't say it looks bad, but I think you're in good hands if you get this one, to be honest. I mean, I don't see a reason to get the PS5 version. It's a great game. Maybe you just want to play it another time, but this is an excellent version of the game. And also, I will say some that goes wrong that don't do as good. I think this remaster, Hot Pursuit, which is an excellent racing game, you're probably better off just trying to get the original version on PC or just get the PS3 version. This game, in my opinion, this game does not play. I don't think this game plays as good as the PS3 version when it comes to actual damage to the cards. And for some reason, I feel like the PS3 version feels a little bit faster, even though this game is supposed to be running at 60 frames. Something is off about this particular remaster. I can't put my finger on it, but I know when I played this game and I go play this game, the original version on PC, or if I play the PS3 version, I don't feel like I'm missing anything. So in my advice, you know me, I'm a retro gamer at heart, but I do love the newer titles as well. I just think remasters in general are just getting a bad rap. You do have some few and far in between, but once like around that middle of the PS4, Xbox One era, they start to fall off. And nowadays it's just like, yeah, I don't know. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I'll say this one more time. You see these? This is an excellent upscale from these three. I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you guys had a good one. Hope you liked the video. Like, share, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. I will be responding. All right, y'all, you have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.